Hey guys, this is Brian here from Co-op Critics, and today I am taking a look at Asteroid Bounty Hunter from Just1337 Studio. They actually sent us over a copy of the game, so Nick and I have been checking it out this week, and I am going to show you a bit of it today. So this is the screen where you actually unlock different levels, and you can see that every 5 levels there's a boss that you have to battle. So we're going to jump into level 4, and I'll show you a bit of the game here. I'm going to start off on easy, but you can put it on medium or hard, and it can get pretty darn difficult, but we'll just jump in here. And you will see that this game is a space shooter in the vein of like Defender or Scramble, Vanguard, Life Force. I actually think that it has a bit of a Yar's Revenge feel to it, because you'll see some of the enemies that come up remind me a little bit of Yar's Revenge, but you have a variety of weapons that you unlock for your ship, and your ship is a sentient ship that during the cutscenes and stuff will talk to you, kind of your companion. And you are an asteroid bounty hunter, so you are a guy who gets paid to go out and blow up asteroids and fight the occasional rival bounty hunter. And so as you're going through, this is your standard weapon. It's kind of like a pulse cannon thing. Those are the Yar's Revenge guys that I was sort of telling you about. You also have a laser beam that I think does a fantastic job on those dudes. And you pick up little chunks from them that refill your health. I have these little sort of swirling photon cannons as well. And you're trying to destroy a certain number of asteroids on each level. So once you do that, you will have cleared the level. So the more that you sort of get in there and do damage, the more that you'll destroy asteroids, but you know, you can also avoid them and it will take you longer to finish the level. These dudes actually attack in packs, so you want to take them out as quickly as possible because they'll start firing all over the screen, and that can be a pain in the butt, especially if there are other things that you're trying to deal with. So one thing I have to remind myself is to actually use all the weapons at my disposal, because it's very easy to just sort of hammer on your initial gun without remembering that you have other weapons. And you'll see that the asteroids get stronger and the enemies get stronger as you go along, so you have to... There's a premium put on taking out dudes as soon as possible. You can see my health bar down there. When I grab those little nuggets, fills back up. That's the health of my ship. And every time you shoot an asteroid, you'll see its health on the screen until you destroy it. And at higher difficulty levels, it's obviously more difficult to, you know, get out of the way of these asteroids and stuff like that. So I'm just going to clear this level, and then we'll go on and fight the boss of this particular first group of levels, just so you can see what a boss fight looks like. The controls work really well, and it is controller enabled. I'm playing it with an Xbox One controller right now, and it works really well. And I'm just about done. I really like the soundtrack of this game too. Although this is a game that you could totally play if you were listening to your favorite podcast or your favorite music or whatever. Like, you don't, but you'd be missing out on some cool music. But it is definitely a game that you can kind of zone out with at the lower levels. At the higher levels, you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. Oops. Oh, good. All right, so I cleared that.
You old weasel. Always pulling through. Your luck will run out sometimes.
So you'll see that as we continue here, you will see that the cutscenes are sort of comic book style. We'll do the boss level here. Yep, we'll go through.
John, you won't like this. There's a large field of debris heading our way.
Can't we just dodge it?
So the cutscenes are obviously pretty simplistic and sort of comic book style,
What the hell is going on?
but
Oh man.
again, it's more of an arcade shooter, which reminds me a lot of like those games that I mentioned before that you would end up pumping quarters into in the arcade. So the story is not something that I'm going to knock points off for. It has a little bit of a Dragon Ball Z feel to it in my mind, but if you want to skip the cutscenes, you can just hit escape and it'll put you right into the level. The short of it is that this gentleman does not like us, and he is going to come after us, and so no one calls my lady old trash.
Some kind of a field disruption to keep the debris field close to him. Be cautious.
the boss battles can be sort of a war of attrition, so you want to hit them with everything that you have. This guy here, what you'll see, he has a particular, not only does he have weapons, but he's going to use his special move in a minute, which is, what he's going to do right here. He starts littering the screen with objects that,
shot coming right up.
if I hit them, will hurt me.
Oh, man. Don't you got anything better than that? You do know I'm actually a pretty damn good pilot.
So I try to hit him with everything I have right after he is done sort of laying that spider web of electric bolts. And again, on the easier levels, some of the stuff is easier to avoid. The more difficult the level is, the much harder it is to avoid them. So, but I figured you guys wouldn't be into watching me die 1,000 times over, so. Although I just might if I don't pay attention. Oh, man. So this is definitely one of those games that as you run through the levels, you're going to want to go back and play them on higher difficulties because obviously they're going to offer much more of a challenge. But the shooting is very satisfying. Oh, good. I took him out there. There you go. So there you go. I took out my rival bounty hunter, and that is your quick look at Asteroid Bounty Hunter. And again, it's a game that I'm going to continue to play. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and we'll do a write-up of this on the site. So if you go to coopcritics.com, you can hear Nick and I share some more thoughts about it. But you can get this game on Steam right now, and I will put a link in the show notes. This is Brian from Co-op Critics. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe to our YouTube page, and we'll be back again soon with more.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh, God.
We're in a
God,
fight.
I didn't know.
We're in a big old fight. Look at his tail.
Starting. I did not know it was starting.
It's happening. It's happening
right
right now.
It was starting.
It's
That thing
starting.
hit me with its tail, and I was literally like a football field away.